Good afternoon and welcome to How Do I Register Online for the 130th GFWC Michigan Annual Convention. So first, I'm going to apologize to First Vice President Diane, who helped me record one of these earlier today, and due to technical problems, the recording wasn't able to be formatted correctly. So we're going to try it again. So just to jump right in, I'm going to share my screen and let you know that registering online is not difficult. I'm going to walk you through some difficulties that we have, and I'm going to ask you to please forgive me if I ever forget to add the ERN on the end of Northwestern, Southwestern, Northeastern, or Northeastern, or Southeastern, because I tend to leave those off, and I apologize ahead of time. So in order to register online, you need to go to gfwcmi.com, not .org. We wanted to get those back, but we're not able to get back the .org due to how certain things played out. So the first thing we need to do is to log in as a member. You have in your district a district username and password. If you don't know what those are, you can reach out to your club president, your district president, or you can reach out to the tech committee, webmastergfwcmi@gmail.com, or to me personally, I'm Teresa Cannon. You can find me in the yearbook. It is easytlc4242@hotmail.com. I do my very best to check our webmaster email daily. I also have someone else helping me check as well. So we will get back to you with an answer, I promise. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and log in as my district. And as I said, every district has their own. So you have to make sure that you know what that is. You do not have your own separate one. Each district has one that they use. So you have a couple of ways now to get to the event. You'll notice it was on the screen. If I scroll, I'm going to find it again. You can click on this and go to the event, or you can go to the word events up here. Once you go to events or the calendar, you have a couple of ways of getting to April as well. So you can either find April in the pull down, or you can use the double arrow over here and it will switch you to April, and it will go down to the dates of the events, the 24th through the 27th. The 24th is the wine tour. It is the board meeting. It is the state board meeting. It is also the welcome night hosted by Northwestern. Thank you very much, district. So you can go to any one of these dates. It doesn't matter. Once you get there, the opening page gives you the official notification for the call, tells you about the articles about voting, and we do have things to vote on this time. So please make sure within your clubs that you know who the delegate is and make sure they know they're a delegate, because you will be asked that question whether you register online or as a mail-in. So please know. There's also some additional information about the Thursday wine tour here as well. I stuck it down there. All right. Tells you the event dates. And actually the event date should be 1 o'clock if you're going on that. Sorry. Yes, 1 o'clock if you're going on the wine tour. You should meet at 12:45 in the lobby for the tour. Tells you it ends on the 27th at about noon. And then you can only register until 11:55 on the 8th. You cannot register late online. If you know you're not going to be able to get to the date of the 8th online and you need to register late, please let someone know that you're registering late, and then mail in your registration with the additional fee that is listed on your mail-in form. All right, here we go. This just tells you where it's at. And if you want address and information, it should give you something there. So we hit register, and it's going to ask you a lot of questions. There are a couple of things that are different this year than there were last year. So if you registered online last year, just a couple of quick things that are different. But we start off knowing what type of ticket do you want? Do you want one for the entire weekend? Or do you want to just come for Friday or just come for Saturday? Even if you do Friday and Saturday, you can notice it's less than the 40, but you can't come then on Thursday night for the welcome night. You can't stay Sunday for the memorial. So the entire weekend is actually the best deal if you can do it. If you can't, I understand, but it is the best deal. Okay. Wine tour. I would do this strictly personally for the view, because the Leelanau Peninsula is absolutely amazing. The two wineries are the Black Star Farm and the Rove Winery at the Gallagher Estate. You have an hour at each for tasting, and you'll be back at the hotel in time to change for the welcome night hosted by Northwestern. So meet at the lobby at 12:45 on Thursday to begin. I'm sticking it in here so that you can see something when we get to the bottom. I'm not actually registering at the moment. Are you coming to the welcome reception on Thursday? It is free, but they need a count. So please tell us if you're planning to come, and there will be a cash bar available that night also. Friday is lunch. It's a deli bar. It looks really good. You'll notice all the food is listed here that's on it. Friday night, you have two options for the Ms. Federation dinner: cider marinated pork tenderloin with amaretto spiced apples, or grilled chicken breast with marsala sauce. There's my typo I need to fix. Both of them $38. You just pick the one you want. The side dishes are the same. All right. Now, if you are a first timer to this convention, you get to come to breakfast for free on Saturday. Okay. I'm not a first timer. I am on the state board though, and so I am part of hosting, and I can choose to come to the first timers breakfast if I pay the fee for the breakfast. And this is the same breakfast as Sunday morning. So you can go down to Sunday morning to see what's on this breakfast. It's a really good buffet. It's fruit and scrambled eggs and bacon and sausage and potatoes, muffins. I think I'm forgetting something, but it's decent. But if you're on the state board and not a first timer, then you're going to pay for the breakfast if you choose to come. Saturday lunch is 3 options. You have 3 because the 2 sandwiches are different. So you had a hot option and a cold option, but within the cold, there are 2 different options. So we have to know what kind of sandwich you'd like if you're doing that. That's why there are 3 options. So the hot is the honey almond chicken with cremini mushrooms, honey cream sauce, and toasted almonds with penne pasta. And then your 2 croissant sandwiches. I'm not saying that right. Oh, my apologies. Ham and American cheese and turkey and Swiss are your 2 options. Saturday dinner for dancing through the decades. Again, 2 options. These do have different costs with them. The other ones are pretty much the same. All the lunches are 28. Breakfast is 28. Dinner up here was 38 for both. But here you do have a price difference, so you can check out which one you'd like. Honey glazed salmon, New York strip with bourbon pepper, demi glacé. Anyway, so you can pick which one of them sounds good. And then the Sunday breakfast buffet, fruit, eggs, bacon, sausage, breakfast potatoes, pastries, and muffins. And then I can fill this in, right? All of the things with asterisks are required to be filled in. It won't let you finish without filling those in. I'm going to skip them for right now. Actually, I'll just go ahead and do the autofill for me. If there's a comment you'd like to make that you haven't had an opportunity to do so, you can do so in this box. Dietary restrictions is not required, but if you have some, you do need to let us know. This just means that if I don't have dietary restrictions, I'm not going to check anything. That's why it's not required. So you can choose a couple things. So if you're not free and a vegan, for example, you can pick both. If you have an other, you can put the comment up here, but click other so that we know what the comment's about. Okay. All right. Select your district, club name, badge name, and that is required as well. So just put in the name you want on your badge, and you have to pick your highest current position. So are you a past state president? Are you on the state board of directors? Are you on the state advisory board? Are you a current Michigan club president? If you're not any of those, are you one of the delegates from your club? Are you an alternate for one of the delegates in case something happens? Or are you a member, but you're not voting? You're not a delegate. If you're a guest, you're filling out this for someone else because a guest won't have access. So the guest would be for someone who's not currently a member of GFWC Michigan. I do have to pick one. Okay. Is this your first state convention? Yes or no? No. Will you be attending Thursday's welcome reception? Yes. So there's a second place we're going to ask you that question because sometimes people forget and it's nice to have a double check. Now, I'm probably going to be getting rid of this. My apologies. I did see this earlier and have not removed it. It's the same question as this one. If it's still here, just click yes or no, whatever it is up here. Just saying. Okay. Now we come to the 2 things that are different this year. It's my apologies because I try really hard not to have glaring errors or errors of any kind. But there's a lot of little tiny minute details that go into creating this. So I did miss this and I will hopefully fix it before you watch the video. All right. First of the 2 things that are different: emergency contact name and phone number. And notice when you skip past this is, wait, this field is required. You have to fill this in, okay? And then the second piece is the arts and craft registration. Now you'll notice there's not a red asterisk, so it's not going to say the field is required. But if you are bringing something for the arts and crafts judging, you have to register here if you're doing an online registration. If you're mailing it in, there's a form that actually asks you these same questions. And I think it's really smart. I think it's a wonderful thing, but you have to do that here. So if you're bringing a club memory book, okay, that's just a yes or no, and you're just going to type it in or take out the other one. So let's say it's no, I'm not. So I'm just going to delete the rest. Okay. If I'm going to do quilting, it pops up another one. How many pieces are you bringing? I'm bringing 3, right? Sewing. I'm going to bring 4 pieces of that, and drawing and painting. Oh, I have 2 that I'm just so proud of. I'm just making this up, just so you know. But you'll notice once you select one of these, then these are required. So if you're not bringing arts and crafts, you just skip the section. To go up higher, sorry. Sometimes I'm not up high enough for it to take, just so you know, even though it looked like I wasn't. But now I don't have to fill any of that in. So what I wanted to show you is this now tells me how much money that I've added up by registration and meals and the wine tour and those kinds of things. And then the payment processing fee just recently went up from 25% to 26% plus 15 cents. So this is why we see interesting numbers here at the end. And this is the gross amount, which sometimes it is, that would be charged to whatever card you put in here. And I'm not going to put my credit card information in there. This is not actually right for me personally for registering, but I wanted to walk you through the form. And then you'd hit process registration and you would be all set. So hopefully it's straightforward. Hopefully this video helped. It did indeed show me where I need to make some changes. So I'm going to make a note real quick on this so that I don't forget to remove the one first timer. Okay, thank you so much for your time. And let me know if there's any way that maybe we can attempt to make this easier in the future and still get all of the same information that we need to have. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so very much. I appreciate your time, and I will see you at convention.